What's up guys, Kevin or the Sports Geek here, and in this video I'm going to go over my DraftKings PGA picks for the Quicken Loans National Tournament. So on my screen here I've got Fantasy Labs pulled up. I've got the Sports Geek Pro model. If you don't have an account at Fantasy Labs, as always I've got my link in the YouTube description below this video. Check them out, I highly recommend them. And again, I'll switch over to the computer here and show you guys the model. So this week I've actually got a modified version of the Sports Geek model. I've brought driving accuracy up a couple points on the slider and moved driving distance down a little bit. From what I've heard, this course you'll need some driving accuracy here. So that's why I did that. You guys can do the same. You guys can tweak the Sports Geek Pro model as well. You can just copy it over and tweak it a little bit if you want. So I've got 4 golfers this week again, going with some golfers that are probably going to be lower owned and are lower priced. So starting off, we got Kevin Na at 7,400. We've got no course history here. The PGA Tour hasn't been here, or at least recently. So we're going to mainly look at recent form. I did obviously look at stats as well, and I also looked at similar courses. But for the video, we're going to stick with just the recent form for the most part. So Kevin Na, his recent form is nothing special, 57th, 32nd, missed cut 39th. But in a weaker field, I do like him at 7,400. And the main reason for that is just because I looked at some similar courses and he was ranking, he did pretty well. He was pretty high on the leaderboard in a lot of those tournaments. So if this plays similar to those courses that I've kind of been tipped off to be similar to this one, then I think he might have a good week. And at 7,400 and low ownership could be a good play. So he's my first play. Next up is Kevin Streelman, also 7,400. He's probably going to be a little more popular if you look at his recent form. 8th last week at the Travelers, 13th and then 18th. 2 missed cuts before that, but his last 3 tournaments have been great. Top 20 in all 3, and he's trending upwards with the 8th place finish at the Travelers last week. So I think he'll be pretty popular just given his recent form. Fantasy Labs has him projected to be 9 to 12% owned. I would project maybe 12 to 15, but either way I still like him at 7,400, so I'll be playing him this week. Another golfer that's 7,400, Jason Kokrak. He's also projected 9 to 12%. I wouldn't be surprised if he fell in that range. Looking at his game log, nothing too special, but he's been pretty solid over his last 5 tournaments, it looks like. 26th, 53rd, 35th, did have a missed cut mixed in there, and then a 4th place finish. So last week he finished 26th. He's kind of trending upwards a little bit here with 26th place finish last week, but 71.5 DraftKings points, which I really like. If you look at Streelman, who finished, finished 8th here, he had 77 DraftKings points. So compare the two, Kokrak did finish 26th, but he had 71.5 DraftKings points. So pretty solid score from him last week. I expect him to have another good week this week, and he'll probably be somewhat low owned. So I like him quite a bit as well. And then lastly, we've got Grayson Murray at 6,800. He actually had a hole-in-one last week, so I think a lot of people that were on him last week, which weren't too many people, but those people will probably all be on him again, and then some more people will probably jump on him. His price has dropped $500, and this is a weaker event, I'd say. So I expect him to be somewhat popular. Our Fantasy Labs has him at 5 to 8% right now. I would guess maybe 8 to 12%. But you never know. He's 6,800. He doesn't have many real high finishes. He's got 1 top 25. If you look at his recent form, 27th, 35th, 18th, and then 26th last week. So the last 2 weeks have been solid, 80.5 DraftKings points and then 92.5 with the ace last week. So I do think he'll be somewhat popular, maybe a little more than what Fantasy Labs has him projected. But I like him quite a bit. Ownership's not going to take me off him. I won't be too exposed to any of these guys, maybe 10 to 15%, maybe a little higher, maybe just under 20%. But again, these are riskier GPP plays, guys that I won't go all in on, but I do like quite a bit for GPPs. So those are my 4 picks for this week's video. Make sure you click that thumbs up button if you enjoy the video. It'll help support my YouTube channel. Good luck this week. Hopefully you make some money. Cheers.